Happy 16th of December, everybody. I hope you're doing really well. Let's see what we are painting today. Oh, a lovely Christmas candle. Grab your paints and let's get started. So our Christmas candle, we're just going to do a lovely sort of big church candle style, so really broad and a very sort of shallow oval at the top there. And then we're going to just do some nice sort of Christmassy decorations. We'll have a bauble or two. An ornament. You call them ornaments in America, don't you? And a few berries knocking around. And this is going to be do a wash and get the page nice and glowing. So let's just make sure my yellows aren't too green. I'm going to put a tiny bit of orange into that mix. Gosh, it goes far, doesn't it, the orange? Okay. It's cleaning off that brush, making sure it is clean, because it's not. Spend a lot of time on camera just washing my brushes. Okay. Large brush. Nice and watery. Right, I'm going sort of quite far out. Okay, and we're going to take some quite faint yellow, definitely sort of around the candle, but I feel like I want to do it a bit sort of broader. It's more of a feel, this one. And then I'll take a bit of yeah, I like that. Feels good. Okay, we're going to let that dry and come back and paint. I'm going to paint the candle in Alizarin crimson. Start at the sides. And then clean that brush off and work quite fast because the colour does dry on this page quite quickly. Clean it off again and you get yourself a nice sort of rounded candle shape. And you could always add some more depth and darkness to the candle later on. Now I'm going to do a very faint top to the candle because that's going to be sort of my highlight colour, and then I'm going to do a deeper sort of crevice in the middle of it. But now let's do we'll do some greenery. So I've been enjoying for Christmas tree greenery a mixture of these two with a little dash of the blue and the brown, maybe a little bit more actually, just to knock it back a little bit. And then we also need some nice baubles or ornaments, and the yellow ochre works very nicely for that. So I'm starting to put them in sort of quite simple forms. And you can always add some more. So I'm going to take a little risk and paint that over the top. Oh, it has just dried. I was going to say the others hadn't quite dried. And we'll do some red for the berries, and we'll just get everything to its sort of first stage, basic wash stage, where everything is essentially coloured in once. And then we can start doing some lovely detail. I've let that all dry. Whoops-a-daisy. And now I can go back over a few things with a glaze of colour. So that's rather nice. And then just down in the gap, I can also add just a bit more depth to the berries. If I get a bit more blue on the brush into that green mix, then the Christmas tree pine will look good. A little bit more gold on the baubles. You know the drill. We're building up colours, aren't we? And it makes everything look much more three-dimensional. And finally, a little bit of lemon yellow mixed with some cadmium yellow, and we'll put in a candle flame. And a little bit of blue and brown, because if we've got a light source, we've got shadow. Whoops. Just coming out from underneath it in those general directions. Okay, there we have day 16.